Ready? 5 seconds. Start. Political tensions and conflicts have become a defining feature of the modern world, with various regions experiencing instability due to territorial disputes, ideological clashes, economic struggles, and social unrest. Many nations are caught in prolonged conflicts that disrupt the lives of millions of people, while international diplomatic relations are often strained by geopolitical rivalries. One of the most pressing conflicts today is the Russia Ukraine war, which has had a profound impact not only on Eastern Europe but also on global trade, security, and energy supplies. Since Russia launched its full scale invasion in 2022. Thousands have died, millions have been displaced, and economic sanctions have further dependent global divergence. Western nations, particularly the United States and European Union members, have provided military and financial aid to Ukraine, intensifying tensions with Russia. The war has also worsened global inflation, disrupted food supply chains, and created an energy crisis, particularly in Europe, which relied heavily on Russian gas. Another long standing geopolitical conflict is the Israel Palestine issue, which has seen repeated cycles of violence, failed peace negotiations, and deepening mistrust between the two sides. Israel's military actions in Gaza, Palestine protests, and settler expansions in the West Bank continue to fuel hostilities. Regional powers such as Iran and Saudi Arabia also play indirect roles in the conflict, influencing broader Middle Eastern dynamics. Meanwhile, rising tensions between China and Taiwan have raised concern about a potential military confrontation. China considers Taiwan a breakaway province, while Taiwan sees itself as a sovereign nation. The United States have pleaded support for Taiwan, increasing diplomatic strains with China. Military exercises, naval diplomats, and trade restrictions have only added to the hostility. Similarly, border dispute between India and China have led to occasional military standoffs in the Himalayan region, with both nations increasing their defense budgets and military presence. Political unrest within nations is also escalating, leading to protests, government crackdowns, and in some cases, full scale civil conflicts. In Iran, mass protests erupted following the death of young women in police custody, with demonstrators demanding greater freedoms and women's rights. The government responded with harsh crackdown, arrests, and internal restrictions to suppress dissent. Similarly, Myanmar has been in turmoil since the military coup of 2021, with pro democratic activists, ethnic armed groups, and the ruling junta engaged in an ongoing battle for control. The conflict has displaced thousands of worsened the humanitarian situation. In Africa, countries like Sudan, Ethiopia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo are grappling with ethnic conflicts, insurgencies, and political instability. Sudan's military and civilian leaders continue to struggle for power, while Ethiopia's Tigray conflict has resulted in severe humanitarian crises. Latin America is also witnessing unrest with mass protests erupting in countries like Venezuela, Peru, and Argentina due to economic hardships, corruption, and political repressions. Many Latin American nations are experiencing deep divergence between authoritarian governments and opposition groups seeking democratic reforms. Economic instability in these regions have been worsened by inflation, debt crisis, and declining foreign investments, leading to widespread dissatisfaction among citizens. Even in developed nations, political polarization is at an all-time high. In the United States, deep divisions between political parties have resulted in legislative gridlock, protests, and increased distrust in government institutions. European nations too are facing political turbulence, with far right and far left movements gaining traction in response to immigration policies, economic challenges, and dissatisfaction with the European Union. Brexit has further reshaped European politics, altering trade relations and diplomatic ties between the United Kingdom and EU member states. As more countries struggle with internal unrest, the global political landscape becomes increasingly unstable, making international cooperation more difficult.